Now, this is going to be really important. It's something that I'm going to be driving home definitely at the end of our presentation when we talk about IA1. But this is going to be writing a good thesis. So the thesis is the golden thread woven throughout the whole tapestry of an essay. It's the most important thing. It's the cornerstone of the building. Without it, everything else falls apart. You can have excellent analysis. You can have top level evidence. You can have beautiful audience positioning and a really excellent introductory paragraph. But if you don't have a good thesis, then your marks are going to suffer. So, the thesis in this particular task, where you're including this idea of the critic, it's built upon the opinions of your own and the critics as well. So, for example, a question might look like this. Critic X proffers that Conrad's language choices in Heart of Darkness challenge the veneer elite, that's not a Dutch word, I just can't spell, like quality of imperialist civilization. To what extent is this interpretation correct? Take a moment. Based on what we've talked about, how might you go ahead and answer that question? What might you be focusing on? All right. First things first, you need to consider the to what extent part. So if any question or prompt has a to what extent section or phrase in it, that means that you need to have some sort of measurement word which indicates where you stand. So you might say that critic X is partially correct or critic X is wholly correct. And then extra detail turns it from a hot take, into a discerning thesis. So you might say that critic X is wholly incorrect, that Conrad manipulates language choices to strip away the veneer of imperialism and expose those who employ it. So remember that our focus here is on the critic and what the critic thinks of Conrad's choices. It's not what we think of Conrad's choices necessarily, but what critic X thinks and whether or not their take is correct or incorrect. That's based on our opinion.